Ladies and gents, welcome to keepbusy.com, the #1 business lifestyle platform in Africa. You know what I mean? Next to me, I've got Miss, I don't know if you're Mrs. Jacobs or Miss Jacobs.
You call me Miss.
Yeah, Miss Jacobs. And yeah, she's going to tell us a bit about what's happening today. We are at the MultiChoice offices in Randburg at their big office. And yeah, we're here for the Here for Her campaign. But I'm not going to let her do the talking. First of all, hello, how are you doing? And what's happening today?
Well, I am fantastic, thank you. Thank you for inviting me onto your show and to your platform. Today we are celebrating women. It is the Year for Her campaign that so far this year has seen 3 big Women's World Cups that have been spearheaded by majority of women. We had the Cricket Women's World Cup, we had the Football Women's World Cup, and then obviously the all-female production Netball Women's World Cup. And so we're just here to celebrate the stars behind the scene, everybody that's been involved, and just also a reminder that we value not only our women but our people in the business. All women production. That sounds very, very interesting because when you think of production, I'm just thinking of like men carrying like big cameras, and it's a very male dominated field. And then tell me about that, what happened. Yeah, it's definitely, for many decades, SuperSport has been a very male-dominated industry. I started here 17 years ago, stopped doing the math. 17 years ago, where, I was one of very few females here, and we've had to break through those barriers, which is fantastic because all these young ladies that have come into the business now don't have to go through those trials and tribulations to be seen, to be valued, and to be heard. And obviously, knowing that there's different roles that women play within the industry. So yes, you've got the camera ladies, we'll call them camera operators, and they've got to man their own camera, their own equipment, and the equipment is very heavy. Upstairs, down OB vans, all over the show. So they definitely have to have the muscle, they definitely have to have the energy, amidst all the other things women have to fight with. They've got to, if they want to be part of it, they've got to do the job and manage their own equipment. So it is a tough industry. So no easy feats. So when we celebrate them, we know what it takes to get the job done.
And I saw earlier on, some people are getting awards. What was happening there? What are some of the highlights of that?
So every woman that was involved in all the 3 World Cups got an award for their part that they played. So it was everybody from the camera operators to the EVS operators to the production coordinators, the producers, the production assistants, audio, everybody that was involved received an award of thanks and acknowledgement for the part that they've played.
Amazing, man. It's been a big year for women in SA. A lot of women have been making headlines, and one of the things that keep coming up is we want to be paid like the men. Is that a thing in what you do also, whereby women in sports say they want to get paid more? What about in corporate, like in production? Is it the same, or is it a different conversation? What challenges do you guys face?
In the past there definitely was that disparity, the difference between men's salary and women's salary, but over these past few years it has been ironed out. So you are now paid through the expertise that you bring to the table, which is fantastic. Obviously there were women in the background years before I started who they were fighting for this battle, and so now there's obviously a grading process, and you get paid for what your expert value that you bring to the team is. So if you're a producer, all producers get the same salary based on not their experience, their role they play, the projects that they have underneath them. So
no, that's good to know, man. That's good to know. So tell me, Here for Her campaign, lastly, what's next? What can people expect? How do people become part of this campaign? For people that are just going to be watching this from home, how would you encourage them to get involved? And what's next for the campaign?
So for the Year for Her campaign, it doesn't end here. So even though all of the big women's events, sporting codes have come to a completion, there's still club sport. You still have the Banyana players that now go off into their club football. You still the Proteas, they have their club sports that they're playing, and there's definitely still a lot of women's sport that still needs to come to the fore, still needs to get promoted. But this was a huge, giant leap into the right direction to bring exposure into the quality of women's sport. I mean, if anybody watched the Women's World Cup, you can know for a fact it was classy football. It was beautiful, it was skillful, it was a lot of pressure, it was really great content. So it was great football, and at any given point nobody knew who was going to win the World Cup, because that's how great the quality of the sport was. So it's just onwards and upwards for the women.
And thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you. Is there anything else that you just want to add that I might have missed?
I want to say you have been a sterling host. So thank you for inviting me to your show. And hopefully I'm going to see you guys soon. Great job.
All right, thank you. And we're out.